My Reading Notes for Traction by Gino Wickman. Part 4. Process, the secret component to successful organizations. You generally can't understand a system while you are in it. Generally, have to raise your head out of it for a while to see it. You must be able to systemize what you have built, your franchise prototype. Doing things because it's how we have always done it isn't good enough. 1. You must document your core processes. 3 stages. Break down your core processes. Schedule an hour with your leadership team to discuss. Must be in person. Take at least an hour. Must identify and agree. Everyone has to be on the same page and speaking the same language. B. Document what happens in all of them. Accountability chart comes into play. Document the 20% that produces 80% of the results. Should be high level, probably about 6 pages. No skipping steps. Checklists are an effective way to make sure people don't screw them up. 2. Technology must improve your way of doing things. No, just bring new features. 3. Should be drilled down so tight that if you disappear the company could live on. C. Compile the info for everyone in the company. Put it on the shelf with a label your company way. 2. Make sure they are followed by all. Everyone in leadership team has to be committed to this one way. They must be committed to doing the processes in the plan. You have to create a clear illustration of what your vision looks like and how this gets them to what they want. Create your circle of life visual. B. Present it to everyone. C. Train to it. D. Refer back to it for resolutions. Allows you to replicate and grow. The traction component. Rocks. Luftmensch to action. Luftmensch is Yiddish word that translates to air person, or someone whose head is in the clouds. This is where big ideas come from. However, bringing new disciplines, practices, and ideas to a company will make some people uncomfortable. It's an inevitable part of gaining traction. And what usually holds companies back is the fear of this discomfort. But you don't have any other option if you want to build a great company. If you can accept the fact that you're going to make people a little uncomfortable for a short time, the solution is actually straightforward. 2 steps that require total commitment from the leadership team. However, if you can withstand the discomfort for a couple of months, they will actually appreciate the improved traction, accountability, and solid results. It turns out that the discomfort isn't that bad, or maybe some people are in the wrong seat. 1. Everyone must set specific measurable priorities. Rocks. 2. You must meet better as an organization. Meeting pulse. Rocks. 3 to 7, probably closer to 3, most important priorities over the next 90 days. Keeps everyone focused and allow us to work toward 1-year goals in measurable chunks. Having specific goals removes the need to assess intention. 1. Team meets for a full day, every 90 days. 2. Review vision and set rocks for next 90 days. Write everything on a whiteboard for next 90 days. Discuss the most important. Do 20 to 30 things. Then talk about keep it, combine it, or kill it, until you have 3 to 7. All 3. Define each rock so it's specific, date specific, measurable and attainable, not open-ended. Clear. No work on. 4. Assign who owns each rock. Can only be one person, not multiple. 5. Create the rock sheet. Organization rocks at the top. Below are the management team's individual rocks. B. Brought into weekly meetings to review rocks. Once priorities are set, you can't add new, because everyone has agreed. 6. Every quarter, max 45 minutes, have a meeting where you go over the state of the company, go over successes, unveil the VTO, go over the rocks for coming quarter. Sometimes people have to hear something 7 times to hear it the first time. 7. Have each team under the managers set their rocks for the quarter. Same process. Each employee has their rocks, 1 to 3, per quarter. 8. Should achieve 80% or better of rocks to be done to be great. Make sure when you roll out the rocks, you are completely committed to them. Otherwise, commitment fizzle. No more than 3 rocks for people outside of leadership team. Meeting pulse. Not all meetings are bad. You probably need more meetings, but better meetings. The level 10 meeting becomes your organization's heartbeat. 2 types of meetings, quarterly and weekly. 1. Quarterly, the 90-day world. Humans stumble, lose focus, and get off track roughly every 90 days. It's human nature, so stop fighting it. So, the 90-day world has to be a routine. Creates a laser focus and keeps you on track. Go from working in the business to on the business. Fight the need to coast a bit when things seem to be going well. A. Who? Leadership team. Where? Off-site. How long? 1 day. Frequency, 90 days. Prerequisite: vision. Organize or complete and bring visions for next 90 days. When? As close to quarter end as possible. The agenda: share best business and personal news from quarter, review previous quarter results and rocks, review the VTO, create rocks, key issues, next steps, conclude. See, each person should share their best business and personal news in the last 90 days. What is working and not working? Expectations for the day? D. If rocks failed from previous quarter, it's generally from setting too high of expectations or somebody dropped the ball. If goals were too high, learn and adjust. If someone dropped the ball, review if it was really attainable. If it was, it might be an accountability issue. Put that on the issues list and solve it. Then decide if the incomplete rocks get carried over to finish or reassigned to someone else. E. Solved any issues using IDS. Identify, discuss, solve. F. Discuss and debate until everyone is on the same page. Then go over next steps. G. Conclude. Everyone shares feedback, rates the meeting, want greater than 8, and whether or not their expectations were met. 2. Weekly, taking the vision down to the ground, helps execute the vision by focusing on the rocks, creates a consistent cadence using level 10 meeting format. Every week, no cancel, no reschedule, no phones or electronic devices. A. What makes for great meetings is solving problems. B. No more than 90 minutes. Everyone brings their rocks sheet. Issue solving track understood by all. C. Agenda. One person runs and somebody keeps track of rocks sheet and scorecard. D. Segue 5 minutes. Share good news to segue into the meeting. E. Scorecard 5 minutes checking the KPIs. F. Rock review 5 minutes make sure rocks are on track, company and individual. Just on track or off track. Off track goes to IDS portion. G. Customer/employee headlines 5 minutes. To-do list 5 minutes. Separate to-dos from rocks. Cross off to-dos. At least 90% of things should be checked that week. Nothing stays longer than 2 weeks. IDS. Identify, discuss, solve. 60 minutes. Where the magic happens. Solving issues. Generally, 3 to 5 come from last week. Then add 5 to 10 new. Prioritize the issues. Generally, turns into a plan of attack for the to-do list. J. Conclude 5 minutes. Pull whole meeting together and frame the meeting. Recap the new to-do list and action items. Reinforces accountability. Determine how to communicate any changes. Rate the meeting on a 1 to 10 and ends on time. K. Should be same day and time each week. Same agenda. End on time. Team health building. One thing: each member receives feedback from the group on their most admirable strength and most hindering weakness. Out in the open with the leadership team. Open. Promotes openness and honesty. Each member makes a commitment to improve. Next quarter, you give one-word feedback on how you did better, worse, or same. SWOT. Strength, weakness, opportunity, threats. Everyone lists these to create an issues list. Then do issue solving. When people know the quarterly meeting is coming up, there is a build-up time where people will think more introspectively and creatively to think of opportunities and challenges that they wouldn't have otherwise thought of.